Google. Let's go get him again.
Welcome back to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host Mark, and welcome to your first impression unboxing on the brand of Tom Ford. This one called Rose de Russie. This is from the private blend Rose Garden collection that also included Rose de Chine, Rose d'Amalfi, and it looks like the older Rose Prick, which is right here, is part of that line, that collection. I have Rose, Cafe Rose over here, my old bottle of that. There's Noir de Noir. There's a few rose-based fragrances from the brand of Tom Ford. So obviously a monumental note in fragrances. It's been here since years, eons. So it is one of those notes that's very classical. You can do a lot with rose. This one right here was pulled from the shelves as fast as it showed up. Obviously for the war in Ukraine, with everything going on, this was launched and then the war started. It was craziness. You know, it has, honestly, my thought process is this is a luxury item. It has nothing to do with the war. It has nothing to do with Russia. It has nothing to do with Ukraine. That's my thoughts. I don't know. I feel like sometimes we go a little overboard with that. But I got mine because around that time, because I thought, okay, this may be a collector's item. I'm a huge collector of Tom Fords. If you haven't seen my 50 or so bottles now of Tom Ford, maybe even more. I collect the brand. It is one of my favorite brands of all time. So I wanted to get this because I know I was going to pay an inflated price years later, because it's not something I was going to get right away. This rose line didn't really pique my interest that much, but I really wanted this one because I heard that this is the darker one. Again, this is a blind buy for me. I have no idea what it smells like. I've never had a sample. I've never smelt it. It wasn't in store, things like that. But doing a quick search on this thing, and I just did like a quick search, like I'm not going in depth, but I did find that this was available on the Tom Ford UK website. You can buy it online. So they probably pulled it off the shelves, but still put it on their website. And then changing it to the American website, they just pulled it all the way. Like, it's not in stores. It's not available for anybody. They pulled it for good from what I saw. So just as an FYI, people in the UK, or if you have somebody in the UK and you're really interested in this, I saw it on the Tom Ford website. You could put it in your cart. It said in stock. So I don't think I'm seeing things, but I'm getting older now, so we'll see. But yeah, this thing was pulled. It gave us the, I think it was a stereotypical 3-note breakdown. You know, I think it was, what was it? Pepper, rose, and what's the last one? Leather. That's it. I think they had woods too, but just a typical small breakdown. We know there's more in this, well, perhaps. So we'll see. I'm excited about this one. The reviews, I've had my interest in it for a while, so I've heard some reviews calling this like a very soft rose, not worth the price, blah, blah, blah. The Tom Ford usual reviews, right? Not worth the price. Yes, I heard you. And then on the other side, you actually have the ones that are saying, this is too much for me. It's too dark. It's too crazy. Those are the ones that I hope are right. So the nose behind this is Olivier Guillotine, nose for a few Tom Fords, namely Tobacco Vanille, Rive d'Ambre, Tobacco Oud, Noir, EDP, Soleil, Neige, Lavender Extreme, among others. Long list. So they've worked together. It is a 2022 release, and let's see what I get. It's not something I'm overly excited about, but I want to see how strong the leather is in this. I love the color. I bought this, and I'll be honest, mostly. Well, first of all, it's because they pulled it, and I didn't want to pay an inflated price because I think I always wanted this one anyway. I was going to kick myself 3-4 years later, which, you know, we'll see. But I want the bottle, the pink juice. Look at that, the black cap, black atomizer, just all kinds of. I'm just a sucker for products, I guess. I don't know. Let's put it on skin. Let's see what I get. Okay, so it's a spicy rose from what I'm getting right now. And yeah, I'm overspraying. Don't really care. You can get mad at me if you want. I'll put it on the strip. Why not? There we go. Careful with the atomizer, Mark. You only got 50 mils of this stuff. Oh, yes. Poor box. The box is okay. Yes. It just hit right away. That leather's there. It's bold. So those people here that were saying, oh, dark, crazy, weird, don't buy it. Oh, I love you folks. I love your reviews. These type of reviews, as much as they don't put any thought process in the reviews, those are the ones I gravitate towards when I'm on Fragrantica, Base Notes, whatever platform. Those short and sweet reviews, gross, weird, just keywords. I love you. Now, and because it doesn't take too much time for me to go through like a whole paragraph, it's just like one word. I don't like it. It's smoky. It's got like the pepper has some texture. It has that rough edge of the pepper. It's almost tar-like. Oh, that leather note is gorgeous. This is I like the black cap with the rose-colored juice because it just, I'm picturing, you know, a rose, a black rose with thorns, a gothic rose. You know, there's some pink petals, but they're almost scorched a bit. There's some burnt smokiness to this thing. It has an ashy quality too, and it has something herbal too. Like there's something green in here, and that could be the rose. Rose can turn green, but it's the greenness and the herbalness. Like, yeah, I could think like something of like, you know, maybe like a herbal tea or something, but I'm thinking more like the stem, oh my God, the rose itself it's in the background. And I saw some reviews that this gets better in the back end, like darker. It didn't take me long to get that darkness. It's much brighter on here. Holy crap. Okay, so this is giving me like an uplifting rose. And rose is in the forefront. I don't like you. Oh, my skin is making this. That strip smelled almost aldehydic with rose. Brightness, champagne-like, almost a little bit of a citrusy hue with a bright rose. Here, okay, it's toning down. So it's not it initially hit me with a big gulf of smoke and leather and almost a tarry type of thing. Now it's mellowing down, but it's still there. Beautiful leather note. Pepperiness is right beside it. There's a woody aspect here. Dare I say cedar? I'm getting like a cedar-like appeal. I'm getting an herbal. The greenness, vetiver patchouli-like. Think about that. Not like some other type of spice, but or an herb. Vetiver. And the rose itself is in the back end. Jammy, kind of bright thing. I feel like the rose is like the third wheel in this release. And that's good. That makes, and this is, by the way, this is here, Rose en Cuir, Jean-Claude Helena, my favorite perfumier of all time. This is a Frederic Malle fragrance, Rose en Cuir, and it's a rose-based and leather-based fragrance. And this is highly compared to this. This is much greener. Even though it has some green aspects, this one. Oh, I love the spice, the vividness of the, ooh. I don't know, like this did not receive, I don't know, you know, I've been around. I I don't recall this having any hype, any real love within the fragrance community. I really like this Tom Ford. Like, this reminds me of like more of an edgy Tom Ford. You know, not as dark, but like a Sahara Noir, Tobacco Oud, these kind of fragrances, and maybe in a lighter version of those type of fragrances, more of a, that pepper is a showstopper. The leather's really good in here too. It's got that smoke, that tarry appeal. Yeah, dark tanned leather, black peppercorns. I think they put white pepper, but this is, there's a lot of piquant in here. There's a lot of spicy, a little bit of cedar, some greenness, more vetiver than patchouli. I wouldn't be surprised if both are in there, but oof, this was surprising. I was expecting, and this is, again, you know, your thought process, right? There was no hype on this, at least from my eyes. Not much love for this fragrance. I was thinking kind of like a ho-hum release like this. This is just a middle, Rose Prick is just a middle of the road kind of Tom Ford. It's not a top tier Tom Ford. I'm not saying this is a top tier that it can go against some of the best, but it really is up there. Highly, like, I wasn't, my expectation was like, here, this thing went zoop. Wow. A gothic rose, a leathery rose. This is nice. This is good stuff. I'm happy. I'm really happy. This was a really good blind buy. Get your nose on this one. If you like rose, it's a third wheel. You have to like pepper, black pepper. It has a lot of that piquant, and you have to like, and again, I want to temper expectations as far as the smokiness, the leather, the tar like appeal. It's not on that level of much darker scents, and I just want to, you know, tell you guys that. But, you know, if you like really rough and tumble leathers with like a tar like appeal, it has that energy, but it's not on the platform of like it's a big beast. It really is like a storm brewing, and it's there. Man, it's a dry fragrance. Oh, I love this. And the rose is kind of, this is really good, like really damn good. Who would have thought? And that's where, you know, trust your own nose. Just looking at the platforms and everybody reviewing Tom Fords, and, you know, the ones that get hype and the ones that just get kind of set aside. This was a set aside type of thing, like meh. No meh. Man, that is good. Now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. This might be a polarizing fragrance review. You know me, I don't go with the flow. I don't review stuff that's brand new. I go into the trenches and I try to find things that interest me. And sometimes, not always, and you know me, you've seen, at least if you've been subscribed to me, you've seen hundreds of unboxings, and there's very, very small amounts of videos that I get kind of surprised. I kind of know what I expect when I'm looking at the nose behind it, the brand. I know what Tom Ford's a wild card, because they can have an edgy name and you'd be like, oh, boring. And then all of a sudden they have this thing that's just like an odd thing, like a Sahara Noir, right? Great release. Released in the feminine aisle. I think that was a mistake. Discontinued. People forget about it. What a gem. Like, that is what Tom Ford can do. And they just did it here with me. Now, I'm not saying this is a Sahara Noir level. Sahara Noir might be the best Tom Ford of all time. This is good though. So good. So good. and sad it got pulled. Like, I hope that I know there was talks about rebottling this stuff. They really should. I don't think the sales would be very good. This has some boldness to it, and if you're going for a Fragrantica, there is some this is too much. Oh man, I can't stop sniffing. Okay, this is definitely my scent of the day. Maybe my scent of the night as well. I am addicted to this. This is good. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, comments below. Hey, I'm getting old. I forget where I am in videos, but man, this is good. So yeah, Please share your thoughts. You hate it, you love it, it's too daring, it's too, maybe it's like, I saw one review, one-dimensional rose. Oh, where's your nose at? This is gorgeous. And maybe what they got on a strip, maybe they smelt it on a strip, right? Big difference. That was bright. Now I'm kind of upset that I threw it so fast in the video because it was very bright. It might have morphed into something else. But as always, a greater pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Whew, this was a good unboxing. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.